The first speech that I chose to critique was Alicia Maddox's speech. I thought you did a really great job of showing enthusiasm throughout your speech. I really enjoyed your speech overall. You had great use of props by showing the pictures of your family and your granddaughter. You kept me engaged throughout your speech. I wanted to know more. I wanted to know where your story was going. I wanted to hear more about it. And I could really tell that you enjoyed telling the story to all of us. A couple things to work on is that I noticed is you rock back and forth when you're telling your story, which can become a distraction after a while, but I was able to look past that and just listen to what you had to say. And also, you were lacking eye contact at times, and I think that was when you were looking down to either look at the clock or try and find where you were in the story. And also, you used quite a few times as a filler, and that can become a distraction as well. But if you can cut that out and just take a natural pause, that'll show that you're confident in telling us the story that you're telling. But overall, really great speech. The second speech that I chose to critique was Benjamin Oduro Danzo's speech. He had really great eye contact throughout the entire speech. Great job of incorporating the humor into the speech, even though you said that it wasn't supposed to be funny. There were times where I found myself laughing at what you had to say, especially when it came to tenants signing the part of the lease would be they had to do physical fitness. Great idea. And then you definitely had me saying wow at the end of the speech. Like, I just couldn't believe that somebody would consider having people do physical fitness in order to sign a lease. I've never heard of that before, but I thought that was amazing. A couple things to work on. Being that this is an online course, you got to take lighting into consideration when you're giving your story. I noticed it was a little bit dark, kind of hard to see you a little bit. So if you could just maybe add one more light to wherever it is you give your speech, it will help out with the lighting. And then I also noticed that you were somewhat monotone throughout your speech. Just showing a little more enthusiasm while you're giving your speech helps you draw the audience into you more, and you lose the monotone voice, and it shows confidence in what you want to talk about and shows that you really want to tell us your story. And then finally, critiquing my own speech, I noticed a few things that I did good and some things that I did really poorly on. A couple things that I did really well on was avoiding saying too many times. There were a couple times I caught myself doing it. I felt that I had smooth flow throughout my speech, really showed enthusiasm, enjoyed talking about the birth of my child. A couple things that I need to work on is I noticed even though my hands my hand movements seem natural, I really need to work on placement. Because there was times where I noticed I had them near my abdomen area and I was playing with my ring, and that can become a distraction after a while. And lastly, I used so, or the word so, too many times throughout my speech, and that can become distracting. And I know it's a filler word, and if I cut that out, that'll allot me more time to actually getting to my point instead of using that as a transition word. Thank you.